Alright guys, so what it do guys, it's your boy Sniper here bringing you guys another NBA 2K20 video. This is a tier list badge video on NBA 2K's shooting badges. These are the best shooting badges in the game so far. Now I'm going to be breaking down some of the badges for you guys if you don't already know what they are, especially for those who haven't even got the game yet. Before you guys go and make a new build or want to make a shooting build or want to know what best shooting badges to use first and all this is that video for you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for more NBA 2K20 videos. Go ahead and jump right into this one. The very first badge. Very first badge. I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna do first, best badge, worst badge, best badge, last badge, or like the whole tier. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the range extender. Is by far the best badge in the game, because for this year, range extender, let me go to it. Range extender extends the range from which a player can effectively shoot. Now, in previous 2Ks, this was limitless range, but this year it's called range extender, and for good reason. It's a totally different badge. It adds a whole new different variable to the game, where it still works like limitless range for shooters, but say for big man, put this badge on, it also works in the mid-range. It also works for the mid-range for the sharpshooters too, but this badge is good for mid-range too, so you can take deeper mid-range shots. Now that is and that is the reason why this game is so dependent on badges. Like you need a badge just to be able to shoot deeper mid-ranges, because if you don't have this badge, you're not going to be able to shoot those deeper mid-range shots that you would normally want to get or normally take to space out the floor, especially in park or especially in rec. Next best badge, oh yeah, by far, where is it at? Quick draw. Now, I prefer mine on gold, because quick draw gold for my shot that I'm using right now is money, and like it's the best shot for me, but not everybody needs it on golds. The difference between the bronze, the silver, the gold, and the Hall of Fame, there is a slight difference in your green window. I think the gold and the purple have the same, and then the bronze and the silver have the same, but it definitely varies between which shot you're using, because not all shots are the same. Some releases are already faster than others without the badge, period. Now, according to Agent Zero, the best shot in the game without any quick draw is Kevin Love. He said that's the easiest shot to green, and it's the quickest shot for him personally. But without quick draw, guys, you're never going to be able to get your shot off, so you definitely need this badge. Next badge up is Hot Zone Hunter. Now, I honestly haven't used this badge yet, but I've watched other people use this badge, and it's money for their shots. Like, I know for a fact I'm a pure sharp, which you should not make a pure sharp this year. You should definitely not make a pure sharp this year, because let me show you this. Let me show you these hot zones real quick. This is on NBA 2K Lab. You can see the link up here in there. This is also their Twitter name. I have a 95 three-pointer. Now, if I were to put this badge on, I would have a 64% of making my shots in the hot zone, neutral zone, or cold zone. So it really wouldn't change for me. But if I had this badge on and say I had an 85 three, I would only drop off by 1% in my hot zones. Couple by the neutral and a couple by the cold. But I mean, if you grind for all of your hot zones, you wouldn't even have any neutral or any colds. I mean, you're going to be shooting anyway, right? So that's where I messed up at, because basically this is technically saying this 85 overall three-pointer is going to shoot just like if it was a 92, 99. Basically, if it was a 99, look, 99 overall in your hot zones, you're going to make 64. At 85, you're going to make 63. 1% chance difference. Like, that's slim to none. And then even better, an 80 drops off to a 57%. So if you can get anywhere in between an 80 and an 85 three and still be able to upgrade other attributes like driving, like that's why I think that's those are the better builds in the game right now. The pie chart where it's finishing and shooting. Just for the fact that you'll be able to shoot, because you're gonna have like an 80 to an 85 three depending on how you do your arm length, and you're gonna be able to dunk and drive in the paint. And slashers are overpowered this year. Now, this also works for big man. say like the glass cleaning lockdowns. Ooh. That 73 pointer. Let me go back to it for you guys. That 73 pointer, their hot zones is a 40% chance of making it. So if they're wide open, and you, I'm like, most of the time you're gonna see a glass cleaning lockdown, and you're gonna leave him wide open to help in the paint. He's gonna have a wide open shot, and most likely he's gonna have a slow release, and it's gonna be an easy green for people that know how to use their jump shot. Now we're gonna go to not technically the worst in the game, but just we don't know what they do because there's not enough data on them. And we're gonna start off with deep fades. Now, deep fades improves the chances of making a post fadeaway from deep range. Now, this is more of like the Kobe's and Michael Jordans, you know, taking deep ranges in the mid range. But does this work for 3-pointers as well? Honestly, I have no clue. I've never put it on, and I never wanted to waste any of my potential upgrades on them because it just seems like a wasteless badge, like a useless badge. Let me put it like that. Like, why would I? That's a bad shot attempt in like, don't come on my team doing that because you're getting dropped the next game, bro. For real. Next badge, slippery off ball. Let me see if I can find it. Slippery off ball. Now, with the new off ball mechanics, I don't even see how this would be helpful unless you were in like a MYCAREER game, because it's not, unless when you have this badge upgraded, it makes like the user falls in like Park or Pro-Am. It like literally makes them fall when it's on Hall of Fame. I don't see how this would be good. We don't know if it's good or if it's bad. I mean, I haven't seen anybody using it. I've used it, but I don't see any difference in between like my movement off the ball. Next would be volume shooter. Now, one thing I do know about volume shooter, I actually used it, but I didn't see too much of a difference in how much I made the shots. And it doesn't even activate until you shoot your 5th 3-pointer. I don't know if it had to be 3-pointers or shots, but I took my 5th 3-pointer, then it was activated. I don't know about it, guys. I honestly don't know about that badge enough to say that it's a very good badge or if it's a very bad badge. Like, there's no percentages on this badge yet. I definitely didn't see any changes when I put it on gold. Now we're gonna go to the A tier. This should go without saying, but catch and shoot. It's definitely been in the game for quite a while now. You already get a boost when you do catch and shoot shots without the badge, but this gives you an even greater boost. This gives you an even greater boost of hitting jump shots immediately after you catch the ball in a catch and shoot situation. This is like these 4 badges right here. These should be your first priorities. To be honest, if I'm being 100% real, if you want me to put them in order of what I think you should do: quick draw, hot zone hunter, then range extender. Just for the simple fact you shouldn't have to take deep range threes. Yeah. Next badge would definitely be Deadeye. Now, Deadeye has also been in the game in previous years. This year they combined deep range Deadeye and mid range Deadeye into one Deadeye badge. I am so glad they did that. It was a pain in the butt to get both mid range, and I never even got mid range Deadeye, to be honest. I only got 3-point deep range Deadeye because there was no point in me getting mid range Deadeye. How many times am I honestly gonna take a mid range shot when I could green from half court? I mean, this should go without saying. I mean, you already know what Deadeye does. Reduces the impact of a defender closing out. This does not mean you can just pull up in somebody's face while they're already standing there. This is on closeouts only. All right, we're gonna go with the C tier, so the low tier badges, and we're gonna put on steady shooter. Now, I'll use steady shooter on Hall of Fame and gold, and it doesn't seem to do anything at all. It doesn't. It gives you a bonus. This is a new badge this year. It gives you a bonus on open shots and reduces the penalties for contested shots. Deadeye is already doing that, and it's better for contested shots, to be honest. Steady shooter, it's kind of a useless badge. It's something they put in, and it honestly should be taken out, or they should definitely give it a buff if they really want it to be good and useful in the game. Next badge would definitely be clutch shooter. Oh, it's small, guys. This is clutch shooter badge right here. Clutch shooter. Let me go to the name for you guys. Increases the ability to knock down shots in clutch moments. Honestly, this is a waste of a badge because what would technically be clutch moments? We don't know it. Do I get boost, you know, in the fourth quarter or below 2 minutes, below 1 minute, below 30 seconds, only when I'm down, only when I'm up? It doesn't really explain when it actually activates, and I don't see any reason to even put it on. It seems like a waste of a badge, to be honest. If you're playing Park, this is definitely a waste of a badge. When does it activate? When you have 20? When you're down by 10? I mean, honestly, I honestly don't know what they were thinking with this badge. Next badge, Ice in Veins. I shouldn't even have to say about anything about this. I'm gonna say the description and you guys can take it from there. Improves a player's free throw percentage during critical moments. My free throw's already like a 95. Why do I need this? Any shooter doesn't need this. If you can't hit free throws, get off the team. And if you play Park, you definitely don't need this. This is by far the worst badge in the game. Pump fake maestro. Why am I getting a penalty for pump faking and then shooting the ball? Honestly, 2K was once bullshit when they put that out. Complete bullshit. Now we're gonna go with the B tier badges first. All right, so our B tier badges, we have corner specialist. Corner specialist is, you already know, it gives you a boost when you shoot in the corner. Now, if you pair this up with all your other badges that's in the S and A tier, you're definitely going to be banging shots in the corner. This year it's better to go for greens all the time. You need to find whatever gets you the most greens, because full whites miss terribly. If you guys played NBA 2K20, you guys should already know that it's so terrible. Next badge, Green Machine. Now I got mine on Hall of Fame right now. I don't know the difference. I don't know if there's a difference between Hall of Fame gold or silver, but it definitely seems like I get more greens when I put this badge on. And Green Machine is also a new badge in the game. It increases the bonus given for consecutive excellent releases. Excellent releases are definitely harder to come by this year. I don't know if they toned down the windows or what they did, but it's definitely harder. Next badge, Difficult Shot. Now, Difficult Shots is a B tier badge this year because it doesn't work as good as in previous years, to be honest. Like, Difficult Shots was one of the most overpowered badges last year and the previous year before that. This year it works, but it's just because the consecutive green lights that you get this year are so rare. They're not rare, it's just you don't get as many greens as you did in previous years. You get a lot of full whites, and even with Difficult Shots, even with all those badges from B up Hall of Fame, you could easily miss. Now I have another tier, guys, that I have built that I forgot to put the list in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in the C tier as well. I'm gonna put them in the C tier as well, but the ones in front of the ones that I'm about to put, they're gonna be in front. They're better. These are the worst badges in the game right now. Honestly, I'll put Steady Shooter down here because I don't know anything about it. I don't know what it does really. I put it on, it doesn't seem to do anything. We need 2K or Mike Wayne to come out with more information on that badge. So C tier, we're gonna put in Hot Start. Hot Start improves the player's shooting ability after making the first shot until a miss occurs. Honestly, this is a bad badge, to be honest, because you don't come on a team just keep shooting until you make a shot. Like that, just don't keep shooting to make a shot. I do that a lot because I'm so used to last year's 2K, and I'm like, my player should make that, but I'm getting used to it now. You just got to take less shots and smarter shots. And there's no definitive attribute, like what happens when does it occur? Like when does it occur? When does it actually work? It's a lot of unanswered things this year in 2K. Next badge, Pick and Bopper. How many pick and fades are you actually doing? Everybody's usually going to switch on you anyway. They're just going to, as soon as you set the pick, it's automatic switch. It's a useless badge. Next badge, Tireless Scorer. Now, the only reason I put Tireless Scorer up here because if you're playing Park, you definitely don't need Tireless Scorer. But if you're playing Rec, tireless score only comes in effect usually at this close to the end of the second quarter, like right before halftime, and maybe at the end of the game in the fourth. But I didn't see any differences when I had it on gold. I had it on gold and Hall of Fame. Then I put the silver. I really don't see any difference in my shot making abilities. When I take it off, I still make as many shots as I do miss. So it doesn't really seem to do anything. Last badge, flexible release. The reason flexible release is in this last tier, because it doesn't seem to even. No, it does work, but it works the more you mess up the shot. You would think if you get full whites, you would actually make more shots. And I noticed this when I had it on Hall of Fame. Every full white would seem to miss. That is because the more you're closer to a green, you actually miss. You have to be off by like 40 milliseconds just to get the 20% boost on your shot. Which, if you, I'm never gonna ever shoot that badge because I'm always going for greens. I'm not gonna shoot bad on purpose to see if the badge works like that. It's backwards. Like, go back to, here it is. This is NBA 2K My Lab again. Look, flexible release inside the green window on Hall of Fame. There's a 1% chance better of you making the shot. 1. What is that? That doesn't change anything at all. It's a waste of a badge. Now, if you're 10 milliseconds out, it goes to 11.5%. Let me show you what 10 milliseconds look. This is 10 milliseconds outside the green release. This is not a full white. This is, you know, almost a full white. Go up 11.5%. Okay. Then here is 25 milliseconds outside the green window. I don't get too many of those. And here's 40 milliseconds outside the green window. As you can see, the shot is getting worse and worse, and your percentage goes up and up. And when you're 40 milliseconds out, you get a 20% chance of making a shot. 20% increase the chance of making a shot. Why would I want this badge? Why would I honestly shoot bad on purpose to try to make this shot when I'm going for greens anyway? The game is name of the greens. You gotta get greens. That's how you make your shots this year. Green, green, green. Full whites or bull. So this badge honestly is a waste because it doesn't help with full whites. It's definitely not something you should waste your time on. And yeah, so these are my badges. Honestly, if you want me to tell you what badges you should get first, quick draw is definitely the first one. Hot zone hunter is the second one. Range extender is the third one. Then you should go to your catch and shoots, your dead eyes. I don't think you should put corner specialist first. Put green machine first, and then difficult shots, and then corner specialist. But if you're a big man and you have like a 60, between a 60 and a 75 3-pointer, corner specialist should be like one of your top badges that you use. So this could be changed anywhere. If you're a big man that's trying to shoot, put corner specialist before the difficult shots and green machine. And if you're a shooter, this is an order of what badges you should get. Now that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for more NBA 2K20 videos, and I'll see you guys in the next